Hola my friends! I meet you today for a new video, the flip through and the review of Millie Marotta's book, Curious Creature in Pocket Edition. It's a small format book which has just been released. Millie Marotta has released several of her paperback books. I also have this one, Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures. I will make you a little page by page of that book afterwards. For this one, I'll make a complete review where I show you all the pages with my comments. So in terms of format, I show you a normal edition book. You see, this is the usual square format of Millie Marotta, and the pocket edition is much smaller. In fact, it's more or less the size of a paperback. As you see this, it is a paperback, so that gives you an idea of the size of the book. To be precise, it measures exactly 15 by 15 centimeters. So let's go page by page. I discovered it at the same time as you. I just received it from my husband. I'm a lucky woman. We have a cardboard cover with a pattern already on it, which folds up, which allows you to remember one of your pages simply by using the flap to put in your book. Curious Creature. It's published in French by Marabouts Edition. Here we have a little text from Millie Marotta, where she explains how she made this book, and she explains two of her passions, nature and drawing, which allows her to have a lot of fun making the coloring books. She also talks about how to color, what color or what techniques to employ, and she always replies that there is no right or bad solution. Each person colors in its own way. So before I start, I will already show you the end. It's quite interesting because at the end, Millie Marotta lists all the animals that are in her book. It allows you to work with a reference photo to choose the colors of your animal. I made a small copy to be able to tell you the names of the creatures as we'll go through this book page by page. Millie Marotta was kind enough to send me the English list of the creature, so I'll be able to give you the correct names. Thank you so much, Millie. So here we have a flying fish. The paper is quite thick. I think it can handle water. I'll have to try and tell you what happens. But clearly, it is thicker paper, for example, than in Johanna Basford's book in the Marabouts edition. And some illustrations are just on the front, so this really allows you to have fun with colors. And I think that we also can color with felt, since even if it blends through, you won't damage the next page of your book. So here we have a coconut crab, a giant oarfish. Here you see the illustration is double-sided, so you have to be a little bit more careful. A duck-billed platypus. That's really an amazing creature. It must be a lot of fun coloring it. A beaver. Here we have a double page representing narwhals with different patterns. This is called a plumed basilisk lizard. This butterfly is a Raja Brooks birdwing butterfly. And we have frogs here called poison dart frogs. An Amazonian royal flycatcher. The praying mantis is hidden in the patterns. It's really when you add colors that you can show the shape of the mantis in the middle of the patterns. Here we have a double page of Hammerhead Sharks. I love Hammerhead Sharks. I was lucky enough to see them when I was diving. They are really very majestic creatures and indeed quite curious. Here we have a northern gannet. I made a video about how to draw and color a northern gannet. If you want to take inspiration, I put the link here above. It appears in a small sheet at the top of your screen. Just click on it and you get to my northern gannet tutorial. Wonderful page of a generic gazelle. Ah, fish. I love to color fish. Here we have the mandarin fish and the dragon wrasse. I already want to apply lots of colors on this page. Here we have a Chinese water deer. An axolotl. This is a little difficult to pronounce. I guess its head is here. It's funny because seeing the shape here of its tail really looks like a toucan beak. It's quite funny to see that you can see the drawing from different perspectives when we do not know where they are, the beginning and the end of the animal. So here we have marine animals. Millie Marotta has listed the marine animals that are on her coloring page. There are sea anemones, a giant clam, here it is, the giant taupe, a sponge, in my opinion that's sponges, Christmas tree worm and coral, of course. There we have the camel. A fennec, which is really very nicely designed. The giant squid. So this is a mara. I don't know at all. It will interest me to Google it and see what this curious creature is. Here we have a king of Saxony bird of paradise. This bird is really beautiful. Its long feathers fly behind its head when it flies. It's superb. A hummingbird hawk moth. That's a butterfly who flies like a hummingbird by making very fast wing movements. And I have one in my garden. It's super interesting to watch. It's really a mix between a butterfly and a hummingbird. The devil lionfish. I saw a lot of them while diving. They are magnificent creatures, but beware, it stings and it's poisonous. The manta ray. Wow! I always dreamed of seeing one in real life. But no, I never had that chance. Here we have maybugs. A sailfish, a macaroni penguin. This bird has a funny name. Here we have a mandala page with tapirs from Malaysia. A hermit crab, a very funny creature. I added one on my seashells page in Lost Ocean. It was really funny to add this creature on my page. A peacock mantis shrimp. American white pelican. Sea urchins. There is really a way to have fun with the colors, I think. A mimic octopus. And here we have a chambered Nautilus. A weedy sea dragon. It seems to be a kind of seahorse. There are also very pretty colors that you can apply on seahorses. Here we have the blue-footed booby. He is represented during his courtship. They are also fascinating creatures. Elephant shrew. An okapi, a magnificent creature too. The tufted puffin. A black-throated loon. Rhinoceros hornbill. A crested porcupine. Here we have a whole bunch of moths that are listed there. Here we have a greater prairie chicken and a shoebill of the Nile. A yeti crab. Here it is written pygmy seahorse. You have to look a little bit to distinguish it. The patterns are so intricate. I'll bring you closer. We see one here. There are several. It's a mandala, so they are repeatedly. There is one here too. Here we have jewel beetles. really animals that I don't know at all. Longhorn crawfish and the pipefish. The pretty bird on the left is a kiwi, and the one on the right is a mandarin duck. The colors of this duck are just beautiful. Lion's mane jellyfish. A walrus, a moose. Here are Amazonian leaf-footed bugs. So here there are caterpillars, different caterpillars that are listed there, so we can look for examples to have a color model. A great grey owl. A long-eared jerboa. The jerboa is a little mouse of the desert, very lively, very intelligent, a very pretty little animal too. Brown-throated sloth. The golden pheasant. The Tibetan fox. And finally, Jackson's chameleon. Here we are at the end of the presentation of this book by Millie Marotta. It's really a pocket book that you can take with you everywhere. We can also color in it when we don't have a lot of time and when you don't want to spend a month on a page, like that happens to me very frequently. I think that in the next future I'll take little pages of Millie Marotta. It will make me really happy to see that I can achieve a coloring in just a few days. Here is for the presentation. I will also make you a little flip-through video of the second book. It will just be a page-per-page video with music and without comment, since you had here my opinion on those paperbacks by Millie Marotta. I hope you enjoyed the review. Don't hesitate to put a little blue thumb up and a comment if you liked it. And I will see you very soon in other videos.